Alright there everyone, Danny J here with another slice of rock for you, another slice of metal. This is a lockdown special. I know you've seen some of my other videos, but this is the first one that I've done from the second lockdown, which we're in the UK at the moment. So I hope you're alright. We're day 2 into that, so I know a lot of yous will be picking up your guitars and playing some heavy metal to de-stress and vent your frustrations at the government and all that, and coronavirus. To be fair, I know during the first lockdown there was a lot of people buying guitars, a lot of newies picking up guitars because they wanted to do something and thought, play some heavy metal, that'll be good, de-stress, defrustrate and all that. So I know the sales of guitars went through the roof, but also I know there was a lot of guitar-based accidents. And I saw this, I got some emails from yous asking about how to play metal because you've had bad experiences from the first lockdown. And also I worked down the Aussie, so I've seen a lot of young lads come in with their hands just ripped to shreds. And do you know why? I'll tell you why, because, it's all got called up there, I don't know why. Oh, so it's still working, it's alright. Guitar strings are like cheese wire, they're like garroting wire. And if you're not careful, it can rip your hands up, and that's what happens to these young lads coming in the Aussie. They've been playing too much heavy metal, like newies, and their hands weren't ready, and they just ripped their hands up, fingers bleeding and everything. Now they can't play metal anymore for a while, which is a sad state of affairs, really. So, I had a lot of emails as well from people asking me, how'd you get into beginning doing heavy metal? So that's what I'm here to tell you about, and I'll tell you about my story as well, because I was always a metalhead, but I knew about the dangers of playing guitar, especially heavy metal guitar. So when I started, I knew that I had to play indie music. I know a lot of yous don't want to do that because indie is a bit wet and it's a bit boring. It's not like Slipknot or ZZ Top or any of those lads. But it's careful that you take care of your fingers. You can't be going in all guns blazing and doing like shredding all over the place. You know, they call it shredding, don't they? But you don't want your fingers shredded, do you? You don't want them shredded, I tell you. Believe me, I've seen too many bad situations of that happening. So I knew that was the way that had to be. So I bought some books about how to play guitar. I got an Oasis one. At least they were guitar based, but they weren't heavy metal. And I found that was a good way to learn how to play guitar, and also build up your fingers so you can play heavy metal, build into that. But you need to know some chords anyway, so it's kind of helpful. But I found a good trick you can do with Oasis. So it's really easy. I mean, indie is just like a few chords in it. There's no leads, there's no shredding or anything like that. Just easy playing. I'll play a little bit for you now. So there you go. You know Wonderwall, don't you? So what I'm doing there, easy. Got 2 fingers down there. Got 2 fingers there. That's an E minor something. Up to a G something. D sus 9, I think, there. And then got an A sus 7 there. Then you can do that one there as well, just like a G, but it's a C sus 2. Putting that in there, like, and that's your Oasis chords. But it's boring, I know, and you're not gonna get excited off doing that. You're not gonna vent your frustrations or de-stress, especially. But it's a good way of like building your fingers up, because whilst you're playing Oasis like that, like those fingers, all these fingers are getting used to the strings, and they get hard. Like if you were there now, you'd be able to touch my fingers. They're like rock hard. They're like leather. Those fingertips are like leather because I built them up by playing Oasis and then moving on to other stuff. So that's the way you can do it. But got a trick. So we all know that Oasis is a bit wet. It's okay, it's guitars in it, but it's not heavy metal, right? It's all like, today's gonna be the day, like that. Maybe it's alright, isn't it? But it's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna get you going, is it? So, I've got a stick. So you can play those chords to learn. It's like, oh, I'm playing indie. Oh, I'm playing indie. Oh, no, mate. But that's just clean. If you put heavy metal on your pedal like this, see that? That's proper heavy metal, that. I tell you. See, that's the same. You wouldn't believe it, would you? That's the same as what I was playing before. But now it's heavy. Now you can get into that. Vent your frustrations out. You can do all that singing as well. So it's a win-win situation really. So do that instead of, you know, look after your hands. Don't shred your fingers up. We'll get into that. We'll do a video on that soon about doing some actual shredding. But just as a beginner, if you're a newie to heavy metal and you need to build up your strings, your fingers, not your strings. You've got strings there. You don't need to build them up unless if the guitar doesn't have strings on it, you can put some string. I'll do a video on that separately. Alright, so don't worry about that. Just don't worry about, just for now, all you newies, I'm just saying this, just, you know, you got to take some chances, and in this case it's playing Oasis, but trust me, it builds your fingers up and you won't get any. I've never once had bleeding fingers. I know a lot of people do, and those people are seen coming into the Aussie with the fingers, it's disgusting, I'll tell you that much. Looks like bacon thrown out a butcher or something like that. Disgusting. So at least this way, you're building your fingers up. So once you've got anything like that, crank it up. Do some singing if you want to as well. Anyway, just a short video for you there. Hope you're alright. Take care, lads, and speak to you soon. Alright, bye now.